It's Week 17 of the National Football League. And at center stage, it's the Raiders' versatile running back. Your standard at running back this season, pacing the league in rushing. It's the Raiders and the Saints.
The Raiders offense in the midst of a perfect season. They get their first possession here. And the focal point of the offense, as it's been all year, is this man at running back. Boy, he's been great.
He had the game to end all games last week, did he not? I mean, every time we looked up, it seemed like he was in the end zone.
And let's face it, I didn't want to look up. I was enjoying what I was seeing on the field. Now, it's highly unlikely that he does it again. That type of a game, or maybe a couple of touchdowns, I think that's within reach.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
They'll run with a second-round pick from April's draft.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't rein in at the line of scrimmage. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. He'll go underneath here to Stevenson.
And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
The drive starts with a carry by Stevenson.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
The rushing numbers for Stevenson from last week,
just downright unbelievable. I mean, when you amass that many yards, I don't know what else to say.
Personally, I thought it was a game for the ages for him. Ripped off some long runs in that contest, didn't he?
He did indeed. Some very long runs, and that total, scary. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
Up the middle, here's Stevenson.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Now Minshew. Over the middle, hooks up with the tight end Bowers.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Straight ahead, it's Stevenson. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
We always talk about, we always look for guys with fresh legs down the stretch of a long NFL season. Well, in Week 16, he was the AFC Player of the Week, and looks like he's going to be strong for Week 17 as well.
Looking to throw it. Minshew. Over the middle, complete. It's Stevenson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another 18-yard gain. They had 18 on the previous snap as well.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now a handoff. Stevenson.
And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Here's Minshew.
Touchdown! A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Raiders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Raiders offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And he's had a knack for finding the end zone all season long. His numbers reflect that. Here we are in the month of December, and he sits atop the NFL leaderboard in terms of rushing touchdowns. They'll run with Stevenson to begin the drive.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
This defense for the Saints, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
There's a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29.
Minshew sets to throw. That's caught by Myers.
Down to the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Jacoby Myers, 71 yards.
And the Raiders are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he's been a huge factor in the passing game all season long. His numbers reflect that. Currently leads all NFL running backs in receiving yards.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
70 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Now 2nd and 9. On the handoff, Stevenson.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
That is caught. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Stevenson. And he'll get what he can up the middle. 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
He'll get this underneath to Stevenson. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
1st down, Las Vegas.
Here's Stevenson.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on first down.
On 2nd and goal. Minshew
checking this down to Stevenson.
Touchdown Raiders. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Raiders have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Well, CD, you know he's got great options at wide receiver, tight end, but there he looks to the backfield, and it results in a touchdown.
I love how you laid that out. So many options. You maybe forget about some of the ones that you should be covering. And they made them pay with that one, didn't they? You forget about the guys in the backfield, they're eligible too.
Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And he stops right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. They'll drop to throw.
Open man right side, Myers. He's to the 15, and he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Jacoby Myers. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Raiders are able to add on to their first half lead. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
3 yards on that last run, so here is 2nd and 7 from the 28. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Jacoby Myers on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So this now 34-0 with the extra point pending. And, Charles, I thought these guys might have the advantage coming in, but I didn't expect this.
Well, I'm glad we're going with full transparency here because I didn't either. I thought we might be looking at a 24-20 type game, maybe 13-10 at the half. But this has been total, utter domination.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Minshew. This is caught at the 20. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Jacoby Myers on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns.
And the Raiders have taken a 6-touchdown lead.
Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Out of the gun is Minshew.
He'll dump this down to Stevenson.
Short completion, just 4 yards. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's going to take this all the way down to the Saints' 21-yard line.
And his fine afternoon on the ground continues. That last run going to put him over 100 yards for the ball game.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw.
He'll get this into the hands of Stevenson.
And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
Here now, 2nd and 4. This is Stevenson.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Raiders just continue to roll.
Well, 3 scores in this game. I think that deserves some type of a broad gesture. I know in hockey, that's called a hat trick, and people throw their hats out on the ice. What about us? What can we do for this guy?
Well, if I'm his teammates, I'm buying him a little steak dinner tonight, right? At least a skirt steak, probably a filet.
Oh, you're going big. I like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, skirt at minimum,
skirt
filet
steak,
at
come
maximum.
On. You can't give the guy a skirt steak.
That's
He
true.
scores
Filet,
3 times.
filet,
There you go.
10 ounce, 16 ounce. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Now a run with Stevenson.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
That's complete into the hands of Myers. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Jacoby Myers, 58 yards.
And the Raiders have got it on cruise control.
This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's had a touchdown for every quarter so far. 3 here in the third, and probably hoping he's not done yet.
And this is a situation where it's okay to be greedy. When you've already scored 3 times, you want 4, you want more than that, and guess what? That only helps your team.
Yeah, so far 3, now in search of 4.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Minshew. Open man is Myers. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
First down, Raiders.
Now it's Stevenson. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 174 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
2 yards on the pickup there, and it's 2nd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Myers.
And the Raiders are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
The 4-yard line.
Stevenson will score. Touchdown, Raiders. Well, fair to say they've got something here in this rookie running back, and he's in for the 2nd time in the ball game.
And, Brandon, it's a position where there's often a lot of turnover, a lot of competition at that spot. But he's proven to them that he wants to be the bell cow guy that his franchise can rely on.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He has a chance to hit that often elusive 200-yard mark on this drive.
And most of the time during a game, people aren't keeping track of individual statistics.
Are you sure?
Well, a lot of the runners kind of know. But I'll guarantee you, someone has sent word into the offensive line that he's got a chance to get over 200 on this drive. That should give them a little extra motivation because they love it when backs break that barrier.
Absolutely. We'll see if he can do it. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a first down.
And the Las Vegas first down.
They run with Stevenson.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Here's 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
He'll look to throw. Over the middle, he's got Myers. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first. Now a handoff up the middle. Stevenson. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
He'll drop to throw.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Up the middle they go. It's Stevenson.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. And he continues to rack up the yardage on the ground. That last run going to move him over 200 yards rushing now in this game alone.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
And that'll be complete to Stevenson.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4. At the 30.
Now a handoff up the middle. Stevenson. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And with that last completion, folks, he now owns the NFL record for most passing yards in a single game.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Offside. Defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now.
Now 2nd and 3.
They'll set up a throw.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Up the middle they go. It's Stevenson. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
236 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down and 1.
Now a handoff up the middle. Stevenson. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Up the middle they go. It's Stevenson. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Give them 12 yards that time, and a Las Vegas 1st.
Back to throw here. He finds his man, complete. That's Stevenson. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders.
Brock Bowers,
his 21st touchdown of the season.
And the Raiders are closing in on that 16-0 record as they add on to their lead. And a decisive advantage became even more decisive. They already had the win in hand, but they keep pressing the tempo, and they pile on with another touchdown reception.
Would you consider that touchdown a reward to all the tight ends on their roster for their effort today? Not just...
Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Stevenson. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
They're going to look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Stevenson.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
Now a handoff up the middle. Stevenson. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. That one looks like he'll throw here. He finds his man, complete. It's Stevenson. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Up the middle they go. Stevenson. And some room to roam now. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass. Let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground. And he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Charles, you think about this victory, pretty impressive. They came in facing one of the top defenses in the National Football League. Not only did they get the win, they played a clean football game, didn't have any turnovers against that great defense.
Yeah, it's a terrific observation because they emphasize ball security, wanted to avoid making any major mistakes playing against that tough defense, and they were turnover-free and took points when they were available.
It's Week 18 of the NFL. And at center stage, it's the Raiders' versatile running back. Your standard at running back this season, pacing the league in rushing. It's the Raiders and the Chargers. And it comes...
Home teams back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. Starting on the ground here with Stevenson. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Stopped by Dayon Henley. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 36-yard line.
From the 36. And he brings it in, but got too close to the sideline there. They're ruling him out of bounds. We've got 3rd down.
And these guys are sideline mavens. They always seem to know exactly where that boundary is without looking. But he's not quite at that level yet. Lost track of where he was, and he brought it in out of bounds.
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Making a really close measurement to see if he got the 1st down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
Throw reeled in by Stevenson. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
On 2nd down, it's Stevenson. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Raiders 1st.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Offense executing early. New set of downs at the 38-yard line. 1st and 10, Minshew. Looking slant route, complete. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Brought down on the effort by Derwin James. Second down now, 7 to go.
At the Chargers' 35-yard line.
The give inside to Stevenson. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Brought down on the effort by Derwin James. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, Minshew. It's complete to Stevenson. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. We have a timeout now for somebody shaken up on the previous play, and as they work on him, his teammates hoping this doesn't keep him out of the postseason. Moving the ball very well out of the gate here. It's set up now at the 26. 1st and 10. Here's Stevenson. Still has room inside the 15. And he's finally brought down at the 9. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
Had the first down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
Has it in close. Touchdown! Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. He sure did.
Drive starts with a carry by Stevenson. And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense.
Offside, defense.
And no surprise here, they declined the flag because the play got a first down, so they're going to happily let it stand. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. A give up the middle to Stevenson. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. That was Asante Samuel Jr. there on the tackle. Third down, 1 yard to go. Running for it with Stevenson. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Minshew working from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. They've been leaving him open, and that is something they're going to have to button up in the near future, Brock, considering the type of start this guy is having.
Yeah, this running back's making all sorts of friends with his buddies in his offensive huddle. Enemies on the other side, but this kind of production means everybody's going to get to eat today.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. On the handoff, Stevenson. And he will haul it in for the Vegas touchdown. The Raiders get 6 more on their early advantage. Well, he found himself some space to work, and from there, all athleticism as he made his way in for 6.
You know, you run the ball down in the red zone, Kate, you're not always thinking touchdowns, right? Space is so hard to come by. But you're exactly right. His athleticism, his explosion, his speed, it puts 6 on the board for the offense.
Rams returning their offense and this running back to the field. And you can see that he's likely in store for some serious work today. He's coming into this final game in position to finish as the league's rushing champ. Minshew on first down. Caught quickly on the slant. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. This is Stevenson on the give. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Well, Brock, they've made it a point to incorporate him into their offense, and hey, no arguments here. He has been awesome and given them a spark they need when he gets involved.
And it's so nice offensively, Kate, when you feel it, when you can run it, when you can throw it, and especially running it like this, going to pay huge dividends as the game goes on.
And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And a third and short in your back pocket, and get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Timeout called on the field, so we've got a player shaken up, and at the worst time, too. They just wanted to keep everyone healthy entering the playoffs next week. They'll come up first and 10. Out of the gun, Minshew finds him on the slant. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. He's now up to 7 catches in his first half. Quite the pace that he's set for himself. Let's see if he can keep this up and just how many catches he can haul in before this one's over. Four downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. On the run, it's Stevenson. Runs it in for the Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders now lead by 10. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Offense running out for a new series, led by their running back. And as it stands, he could close out this season as the league's leader in receiving yards out of the backfield. Throwing on first is Minshew. Short pass brought in. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's a Vegas first down.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once. I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
Defense.
Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach.
Still first down.
A bit jumpy across the way there, and that halves the distance ahead of him on first down. They'll run here following the penalty. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Brings up second down.
from the 47. Connecting on the slant. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good for a Raiders first. This is Stevenson. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. Man, he's been having a great first half, really playing a key role so far in this offense.
But you know and I know what's coming, Kate. We call them adjustments, right? You hit a homer, you take that fastball deep, you're not going to see it anymore. And you get run on like this, the defense is going to make some adjustments at halftime.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Back now, pressure on its way. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Jukes one defender. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football work on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
And he drives this forward to the 6. The rookie from Michigan, there that time. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Here's Stevenson. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Raiders now lead by 10. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. In baseball, it's 3 strikes and you're out. I know you experienced that a lot, but on the gridiron, you're feeling pretty happy, right? If you can strike the end zone 3 times in one game.
Yeah, I'd rather go hockey and soccer. That's just the positive guy in me. They call that a hat trick. It's worth celebrating. And yeah, they should celebrate this effort.
Offense headed out as we get a look at their running back. And you can see that in our final week of the regular season, no one has had a better nose for the end zone than him. Minshew to throw. Finds him over the middle. Continuing to move past the 45. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that first. One play in, and already they're close to midfield. Running in here with Stevenson. Open space inside the 40. Down the sideline into the red zone. And as he goes out of bounds, we've got a flag on the play, likely against the defense. Adding some insult to injury there, not only did they jump, but they still gave up a lengthy run, even with the head start, as this one's declined. Oh, an exceptionally painful penalty as it sets up 1st and 10 now inside the red zone. Running it after the penalty. And he's across for the touchdown. And that flag is not going to stop this celebration. They know that's an offsides call.
Offside. Defense.
Got to the end zone with a free play, so they will, of course, decline offsides and take the points.
That penalty is declined.
Raiders, and this running back headed back out for a new series. And among his touchdowns out of the backfield this season, this one is notable. On that last drive, he hit a benchmark that he's been pushing for. Here's Minshew. That one's on the mark. Jacoby Myers. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
Now Minshew. Dumped off to his running back. Rolling into enemy territory. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's a Vegas first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Run here with Stevenson. Strong avoids a defender. We've got a foot race. He does it. Touchdown. The Raiders grow the lead coming out of halftime. And yet again, he's made a trip to the end zone. His 5th on the ground. And now just one more return visit away from tying that NFL single-game record. Throwing here, Minshew. Dumps it off to his running back. And he'll get this up to the 19-yard line as he stopped.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains, but I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out, and this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. He's been a fixture for them all game, and all signs indicate, Brock, he's going to remain one in the time we've got left.
Yeah, they've leaned on him in certain spots, and he has shouldered the load oh so well. Put together a game that everyone's happy with.
Dump off caught by his back. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. I'm just going to make an assumption, Brock, that defense down there, they're pretty tired of hearing this guy's name, but we aren't tired of saying it. This is now the single most productive game by one player in league history. More all-purpose yards than anyone.
God, that is just cool to hear coming out of your mouth, and even cooler to watch this guy on the field do it in every phase. Whenever his number was called, he delivered, and this one, well, this record may stand for a while.
Just sensational. It's a pickup of 39 yards. And that's good for a Raiders first. Following that big play. Back to throw, Minshew. Complete here to Bowers. And he's in, touchdown! The Raiders can cruise to a win, growing that lead further. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They're just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared, and more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
first down, they'll run. Juke the defender. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. From the 39. This ball's cut by Bowers. Hits the 20. He makes it in for the touchdown. The Raiders piling onto the scoreboard yet again. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olson would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
They'll run here on first down. Room to roam. He's beyond the 20. And they'll get him down at the 25-yard line. 16 yards on the play. And that's a Vegas first down.
Hey, look, any run of this size is going to wound the defense. But you get this game going right up the heart of their defense, you start to break their will and break their pride.
He goes back to him yet again, complete. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Duke's at a one-stop, off to the races, middle of the field. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense.
Offside. Defense.
So even with the head start being offsides, they give up the home run swing as the offense quickly declines that penalty. Oh, an exceptionally painful penalty as it sets up 1st and 10 now inside the red zone. Hand off to the back. He breaks a tackle, and he's able to rip off a chunk of red zone yardage to the 10. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Looking for a pass on 2nd and short. Throw reeled in by Stevenson. And he'll go down shy the end zone. They mark him at the 4. It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Scores. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders throwing 6 more on the blowout. First and 10, Minshew. He gets this one to Myers. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Here's a give up the middle. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. It's a gain of 4 there, and that's good for a Raiders first. They're set up at the 35 now. From the shotgun, Minshew finds his back complete. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Here's a handoff up the gut. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
From just shy of midfield on 2nd down. That one complete to Stevenson. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs. Well, we've been saying his name a lot throughout this game, and he actually now has the most catches in a game, Brock, by a running back with 18 receptions.
Why does that not quite feel right? You say most receptions by a running back, 18. I think some of his receivers got a little envy, but this dude's getting it done, and this is a game we will remember for the rest of our lives.
Simple dive up the middle. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
It's complete to Stevenson. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first. Well, this offense has run through him since the start, Brock, and now he has a little bit of history. He has just set a new record for receiving yards in a game for a running back.
What a historic performance he's had today. Truly deserving of a record.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders are running him out of the building. He would not be denied that close to the end zone, Brock. I think it might have taken 5 or 6 guys tackling him to keep him from diving across the line for 6.
Certainly a second effort touchdown, no question. The backs who become fan favorites, we've seen it through the generations, and they set the curve for their peers, are the ones who just fight through that stop. It will not be denied of a touchdown.
Minshew on first down. Caught by his back. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. And it sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
Running for the marker on second. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. New set of downs for him from the 46.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Throwing on first is Minshew. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That one goes for 25 yards. And that's a Vegas first down.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Give now to the running back. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it. We have a timeout now for somebody shaken up on the previous play, and as they work on him, his teammates hoping this doesn't keep him out of the postseason. Second down now, 7 to go. From the 17. This is hauled in by Myers. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Third and a lone yard coming up. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up first and goal.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Out of the gun, Minshew. And they're not stopping the destruction, partner. That is caught. Touchdown. The Raiders continue adding to an insurmountable lead. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Here's the handoff. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required, along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of it navigating that run up the middle.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. He's off to the races. And the scoring will never end. It's another touchdown. The Raiders throwing 6 more on the blowout. 3 touchdown catches in one game is rare air, Brock. Safe to say most guys who retire can name every time they did that here in the NFL.
Yeah, I hope he remembers it, but also remember this. Receivers, they're a dependent position. They're dependent on the guys doing their job up front. They're dependent on the quarterback putting it on the spot. And usually, when you reach a milestone like this, you'd love to share it with everybody else. And my guess, especially if they could find a way to win this one, is this receiver will celebrate it with all of his guys.
Going ground on first and goal. And he'll add to their lead on the final play of the game as he's in for the touchdown. The Raiders are running them out of the building. Well, that one might not sit so well with everybody down on the field. Heck, maybe some of his own guys, too. But he had a chance at a touchdown as time expired, Brock, and it was just too much for him to resist.
Yeah, it probably will ruffle some of the older school feathers down on the sidelines, but for a lot of the guys coming into this league each year, they're used to it. If there's time left, if you're trying to score, you're going to want to eat, no matter what the game situation is, and they used every last second available.
The Black Hole can take that party over to the Vegas Strip as the Raiders win at home. And they end the season the way they have so many games already this year, Brock, with a victory. And now they get to enjoy an extra week off to rest.
Madden Football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Bengals and the Raiders, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Straight ahead, we punch the second of two tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and who has the... The Raiders offense getting set to go here in this divisional round matchup. And the focus of the offense all season long has been this man, their star running back. He has been exceptional.
And what a spot here, playing for a chance to go to a conference championship. This has been an offense that's played at a really high level all season long, thanks in large part to his contributions. But he's got a tough task ahead of him, because this is a defense that we've seen be able to take out the top weapon on the other side.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Here's Minshew. Open man is Myers. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. From the 48-yard line, here's second down and 5. Up the middle, here's Stevenson. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 38. Minshew sets to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Stevenson. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Call it a gain of 14 for the second play in a row. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scout. Preparation and understanding what their team was capable of.
Now Minshew checking this down to Stevenson. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. First and 10 in the red zone. Well, it seems pretty clear on this opening drive that they want to get him involved, not only, Charles, in the run game, but in the pass game as well. And he can be such a weapon for them when they utilize him this way.
And, partner, you know,
and he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Straight ahead at Stevenson. And this is going to be a Raiders first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
When you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Looking to throw it, Minshew. He'll dump this down to Stevenson. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break the tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure.
And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. A big play there with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. Now a handoff. Stevenson. And he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make the play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On the handoff, Stevenson.
Shoves him away. Fighting through it. He's got space.
And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. 152 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup.
And Mr. Reliable shows those legs again here in the playoffs.
And what do coaches tell us all the time? In the playoffs, the team that runs the football well will win the game and ultimately be a champion. They're trying to prove that fact today.
Setting the tone on the ground. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. And he's got it. Touchdown. Jacoby Myers from 6 yards away. And they're able to add on to their advantage.
So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. Might he be on his way to a record-setting performance here, Charles? 2nd quarter and the yardage number already ridiculous.
And they always talk about just focusing on the next play. But sometimes it's okay to dream big because
I'm focusing on the 4th quarter already.
Listen, I don't blame you, though, because we could be witnessing some type of history here. And it's being done by him and, of course, the big guys up front who are creating the holes for him to run through.
Yeah, they've all been good so far. Back to throw now on 1st down.
That's complete into the hands of Myers. He's to the 15.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Jacoby Myers with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they end up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
The Raiders heading out to take over. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to
taking it right down Broadway. Pushing his way through. He's still on his feet.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Raiders are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. So his big first half continues. His 3rd touchdown already. We'll have to keep watch as this game goes along how much they want to continue to ride him, because he could be on his way to a record-setting performance. The Raider offense going to head out now late in this first half.
And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
He'll get this into the hands of Stevenson.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to bring up second down.
Now a run with Stevenson.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
And that'll be complete to Stevenson.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
This is Stevenson. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup as we send you to our EA studios in Orlando. It's halftime report.
We'll get started out in Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston, where it was the Texans who picked up the victory at home. C.J. Stroud, excellent in the W, as his guys get victory number 12 on the year. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you'd have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
yeah, not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about seeing defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass, and they get 12 yards out of it.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Stevenson now on 1st and 10.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 more there and another first down.
And that's a great run, and this is where you've got a running back who feels like he needs to take over this football game. You're in the second half, you've got the lead, you're looking at moving on to the conference championship, and he's got to be saying, just keep giving me the ball, and I'll get us home.
Tucker hauls it in over the middle.
They'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it second down.
The gain of 7 brings up 2nd and 3 at the 45-yard line.
Now it's Stevenson.
Oh, he's got a little daylight.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Stevenson. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
And they run with Stevenson.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Out of the gun is Minshew. This will be caught at about the 5.
And the Raiders are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Stevenson.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Bowers. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
A big one coming in this divisional round playoff. 3rd and goal. They'll run with Stevenson.
And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Raiders go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
The home team's offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as we roll through some of the highlights, we see how crucial he's been to their success in this one. When he's in this type of a groove and his offensive linemen are creating running lanes for him, he can really put on a show, and he's done so here.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's Stevenson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And it's 2nd down.
He's not allowed behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's Stevenson.
And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Stevenson. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 14. The 3rd down conversion is successful. Give him 12 yards that time.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Stevenson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Taking it in from 14 yards out.
And the Raiders continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. So it's a high 5 for that one. His 5th rushing touchdown of the game as he draws ever nearer to potentially making a run at an NFL record. The Raiders offense ready to go. And now first downs are key. They want to keep that clock moving, up by 2 scores as they try to cement their place in the conference championship round in 1 week's time.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He finds his man, complete. That's Stevenson. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
First carry now for Kareem Hunt.
He'll get this to about the 38.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So the completion good for 7 there. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. Back to throw.
He'll get this underneath to Stevenson.
Will go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
The Raiders on 3rd down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This is 3rd and 4. They'll drop to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 18. A big play that time on the catch and run. And the Raiders are going to get a new set of downs.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. They'll set up to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Stevenson. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Raiders are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this 4th quarter lead.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware.
The Raiders now set to get the football back. And it would appear that that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot in the conference championship.
And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done, down to the 15 from the 21.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think you may want to keep them cranking high right here.
Hunt will try going up the middle. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down
And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Raiders up the lead to 4 scores now here in this fourth quarter. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field.
If they can finish this one out, they'll book a date in the AFC title game next Sunday, and it looks good so far as they try to run some clock here in this fourth quarter.
Handoff up the middle, Hunt, and he stopped immediately there. Trey Hendrickson, the one who gets him on the ground.
2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They'll look to throw here. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A carry here for Hunt. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. Short throw caught by Bowers.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And 3rd and 8 now. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
They'll run with Hunt.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Touchdown Raiders! Jacoby Myers saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every...
So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship. And do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready because if you win, you've got to hand those out on the field right away. And just think about the pressure for the players now. Families are going to be talking about tickets to the Super Bowl even before you play the conference championship game.
It's the AFC Championship game, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Las Vegas. It's the Texans and the Raiders on Sunday night primetime.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Southern Nevada and Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Coming up, one game to decide who represents the AFC in the Super Bowl. It's the Houston Texans and the Las Vegas Raiders. The stadium is packed. Standing room only, a chance for their hometown team to get to the Super Bowl. Great to have you with us, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, and the most important thing in the... The Raiders offense set to take... They'll run with the second-round pick in the April draft. And a nice run there on first down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now Minshew. This is caught at the 2. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
And they'll run it here with Stevenson. And that big offensive block, clearing space. He's in. Touchdown, Vegas. Greg, they take advantage of the good field position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as an offense, there's a little added confidence boost, Mike, when you see yourself this close to the end zone. You get into the huddle, you're anxious to see what the next couple plays are. They're able to take advantage and end up punching it in.
The Raiders offense. On first down, here's Minshew. Man open, and it's Michael Gallup. Still on the move. And what an effort after the catch. He goes all the way. 92 yards. Touchdown, Vegas. A huge play there. They go in the air. We only see a few touchdowns of that length all year. They go from backed up to in the end zone for a touchdown.
It is, Mike. In this case, most teams are saying, let's just pick up a 1st down. At the very least, give our punter some room out of the end zone. But not this guy. He's thinking taking it to...
The Raiders offense. And their running back set to go once more. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Stevenson. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
He's gonna keep it himself.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the 1st down.
Here's 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Minshew. And he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. scrimmage. That's going to go down as a sack and a loss of a couple.
It's 3rd and 9.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Stevenson.
Number 33, he was brought down by Christian Harris. An 8-yard gain. It's 4th down.
The Raiders offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. To throw, Minshew. And he wisely hit the deck at the end of that one. No unnecessary shot there. It is a 1st down.
That's good for Las Vegas. 1st down.
Now Stevenson. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Throwing is Minshew. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. Here's a 3rd and 10.
A loss of 4 brings up 3rd down and 10.
A give up the middle to Stevenson. A gain there of 11. Good for a Raider 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Back is Minshew. Now he'll run it. And with defenders closing in, he says enough is enough and slides to a halt there. A big play there for the Raiders. And even 30 yards. They'll run on 1st down with Stevenson. Open space inside the 10. The speed on display. He's in. Touchdown, Raiders. He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
This offense and their running back heading back on the field. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. Minshew going to look to throw. Throw over the middle, brought in by Adams. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
Good for Las Vegas.
They'll work the middle this time with Stevenson. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. A troubling development here in this AFC title game. On 1st and 10, it's Minshew. He keeps it himself. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play. 2nd down and 3. On the give, this is Stevenson. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
The offensive line doing a great job opening these run lanes. They have been there this entire 1st half, and I think if I'm this play caller, until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away, I think I'm just going to keep turning around and handing it to that guy.
Minshew now to throw on 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. On the carry, it's Stevenson. And it's a big run down to the 10-yard line.
If you have a shot to bring him down early, you just can't miss, Mike. Not against a runner like this. If he slips that first tackle, you can see how much more he can add to a run.
They'll have to go the full 10 yards. It's 1st and goal. Here's Minshew. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Michael Gallup was the intended target there. And it'll bring up 2nd and goal. On the handoff, it's Stevenson. And he's close to the goal line, but they're going to mark him short, put him down at the 1. Looking for that final yard. It's 3rd and goal. They look to throw it with Minshew. He puts it up, and it's caught. Michael Gallup. Touchdown, Las Vegas. He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer. Because right now, they...
This offense ready for their next possession, led by their running back. They are backed up about as far as you can be, operating from their own 2-yard line. On 1st down, they'll start out with Stevenson. Big run here. He's tackled beyond the 35-yard line.
Well, that right there, Mike, is your once-a-game reminder of just the importance of short tackling. This run never gets anywhere near where it ends up if that initial hit was stronger and he was able to take him down.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
This defense is going to have to come up with some answers at halftime because they cannot allow this quarterback to just continue to have his way with them on the ground using his legs. And that's exactly what's happened so far here in the first half, and they're going to have to get that fixed and fixed quickly.
Good running inside the 25. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
What we're seeing here in this first half, Mike, is an example of the offensive line, the running back, and the play caller all on the same page. The execution and the ability to continue to pick up chunk plays on the ground has been a great start for this offense.
And he will score again. Michael Gallup. Touchdown, Raiders. Saving his best for the playoffs. His 3rd touchdown of the game. And that is the hat trick. What a game. His 3rd touchdown reception of this one.
And nothing they've done to slow him down has worked, Mike. This defense, they're throwing multiple guys at him. They're playing man. They're playing zone. It doesn't matter. This guy is having his way, and he's having a day.
Here's Stevenson. A big play there for the Raiders. 41 yards.
We've just seen it time and time again here today. He just continues to get them for big runs, and I think this one might be his best of the bunch.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. This one is caught by Gallup. And he's got another one. Michael Gallup. Touchdown, Vegas. This is quickly turning into a virtuoso performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. He has done it again. That is 4 touchdown passes in this first half. Greg, he might skip halftime with the way he's performing right now.
Yeah, Mike, this passing attack is just really unstoppable. I mean, it is just remarkable the success he's been able to have. We're not even at halftime yet. He finds himself on record pace. I can't wait to see what he does the rest of this game.
A run here with Stevenson. What a way to kick off a drive. That's a gain of 30 and another first down.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now they'll set up to throw. This throw right side is caught by Allen. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. They'll run. Stevenson. And he shows off a little footwork, winding his way for a run of 8.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll look to throw. Off he goes. And he will get into the end zone. Gardner Minshew. Touchdown, Las Vegas. That is a heartbreaker for the defense. They took away what he wanted to do in the air, Greg, but that scrambling ability gets him to the end zone for the touchdown.
And the reason he was able to take advantage with his legs here, Mike, is he made a fast decision realizing there was nowhere to go with the ball. The amount of guys the defense had in coverage took those passes away. He tucked the ball down, took it.
Drive will start on the ground. And they will finally run him down up near midfield.
big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. And next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
Here's Minshew now on 1st and 10. Going to get that complete. Jacoby Myers. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Texans' 45-yard line.
Now give on the ground. And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
He'll look to throw. To the right side, hauled in by Myers. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Stevenson. Good blocking to the 15. And he won't quite get to the end zone, but they're going to be set up at the 2-yard line. Now it is 1st and goal.
First and goal. Quarterback thinks he's got a shot to take this one in himself. I think he's just a little late in his reaction and decision to turn into a runner. Defense has just enough time to get there. They stop him.
And he's into the end zone yet again. Touchdown, Raiders. Saving his best for the playoffs. His 3rd touchdown of the game. And making a hat trick. That is his 3rd rushing touchdown of the game. A big reason his team is on top.
And so far, Mike, this run game has been the difference, and we're going to see in the second half. Now, can they protect this lead? Because, Mike, that's where a run game has its most value, and so far, this guy's been it.
Throwing on 1st and 10, it's Minshew. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 25-yard line.
Up the middle they go. Stevenson's got a 1st down and more. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
And this is how you just keep wearing down a defense. You find yourself with a pretty big lead. Now can they just lean on this run game the rest of the way and close this game out with a win?
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. That's brought in by Myers. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 44-yard line.
A handoff as they try to run it here. And he's going to bring this one close to a 1st down. Looks like they'll mark him just a yard short. Here's 3rd down in a few inches. They'll try and throw with Minshew. Open man, right side. He's got it. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here in the AFC Championship game. This is the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll turn and hand this one off. Woo! A big-time play for Vegas. 32 yards.
Man, Mike, I thought he was going to take that one all the way in for a touchdown, but give credit to the defense. Touchdown saving tackle, really good effort. But now they're going to have to buckle down and dig in because they're facing 1st and goal at the 1.
from the 1-yard line. First down and goal. Good blocking, and he's in. Gardner Minshew. Touchdown, Vegas. He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his second touchdown of the game. Greg, in the end zone again. I'm running out of different ways to say touchdown. They're doing it so often here today.
Mike, some offensive play callers, once they get the lead, it's just milk the clock and let's get out with the win. But not this coach. He is
They'll start on the ground with Stevenson. Room to run at the 35. Big gain on the ground here as he takes this up past the 40-yard line. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Now Stevenson. Stevenson's got a first down and more. And he will score again. Touchdown, Las Vegas. We might need a calculator before this one is done. It has been one-sided, and the route rolls on, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike, and they just keep piling on the points. I mean, this offensive play caller, he's saying it's never enough. I'm going to try to score with every possession, and we've seen him do that all game long.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. And he will slide to a halt, but he does have the first down.
That's good for a Las Vegas. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
A give up the middle to Stevenson. Strong. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. A troubling development here in this AFC title game. 2nd and a yard. Now Minshew. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
Here comes 3rd and 6. They'll try to get this one on the ground. 20-yard pickup there. First down, Vegas.
That's the mindset I just love seeing from a running back, Mike. His eyes weren't just on that first down marker. They were on getting that first and some on top of it. That's pretty impressive.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground. I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
And he's going to slide down with the 1st down inside the 5.
A gain of 15 yards. That's good for another Las Vegas.
And they'll run it here with Stevenson. And they cannot contain him at all. He's into the end zone yet again. Touchdown, Raiders. He is having a performance to remember. That is 5 touchdowns for him in this one game. On 1st down, here's Minshew. He'll tuck it and take off.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
They'll work the middle this time with Stevenson. And he'll get this close to the 1st down. It's a pickup of 4, but it still leaves 3rd and short.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
He'll try and get there on the ground.
3rd and short. You think this ball's expected to come out quick, but when all the receivers were taken away, he decides to make a break for it. He doesn't get a whole lot, but what he gets is just enough to move the chains.
They'll run on 1st down with Stevenson. Inside the 30. And he cannot be stopped. He's into the end zone again. Touchdown, Vegas. With that, he joins Gale Sayers and Alvin Kamara, players in the Super Bowl era with 6 touchdowns in a single game. Back to throw here to begin the drive. He'll get this complete to Gallup. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. He'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. On the carry, it's Stevenson. And And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
So Las Vegas, first down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
So this one, a win for the Raiders, as they will lift the Lamar Hunt Trophy. They are off to the Super Bowl in 2 weeks as champions of the AFC.
Madden football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Raiders and the Niners, and it's all up next.
When you think about the classic venues to host the NFL's ultimate game, this one's right up near the top of the list. The Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. We are minutes away from Super Bowl 59, and we've got a tremendous matchup in store. The moment is upon us, and we've got what should be an epic one here, as it will be the AFC champion Las Vegas Raiders taking on the NFC champions, the San Francisco 49ers. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis, and what a season it's been for our... The Raiders offense heading out here in the big one, the Super Bowl. And the focus of the offense all season long has been this man, their star running back. He has been exceptional, as he'll be looking to make his mark on this football game.
What I like about him is his vision, because he sees the field so well and can anticipate where a hole's going to be before it even opens. A terrific quality for a running back to have. It's also a great finisher. Often runs into the goalpost at the end of his runs.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And you know, I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to, and he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handled winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things, and then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team their best chance to win.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start setting down. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Escaping the pressure. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. 3rd and 12. Up the middle, here's Stevenson. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. They'll go play action here with Minshew. Swings this out for Hunt. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Kareem Hunt, 29 yards. And the Raiders are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Checking this down to Stevenson. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. On 3rd down, here's Stevenson. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. here's Las Vegas ready to take the field.
Off play action, it's Minshew.
And that'll be complete to Stevenson.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Ball on the 39. Here's second down at a yard. Straight ahead, it's Stevenson.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
He is out of bounds inside the 35. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 34.
On the handoff, Stevenson.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's Minshew.
He'll get this underneath to Stevenson.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 14. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Now a handoff, Stevenson.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. 14 yards. And the Raiders have taken the lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collected victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after the...
Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And finally they get him to the ground, but it's all the way down at the Niners' 21-yard line.
83 yards rushing for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Looking to throw it, Minshew. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Michael Gallup from 21 yards away. And the Raiders are able to move back in front. So a tiptoe catch back in the end zone, so tough to do, but he made it look pretty easy.
Certainly did in the back.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be
Previous
confirmed by the
under
replay
review.
official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. And the drive starts with a carry by Stevenson. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Minshew. He'll dump this down to Stevenson. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a run with Stevenson. Able to push his way through. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Minshew sets to throw. That's into the hands of his tight end Bowers. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Brock Bowers, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Raiders continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to and now look at him go. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll go underneath here to Stevenson. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that.
Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. And I think you'd have to say their coaching staff, all things considered, had to be pleased with their performance in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Definitely pleased, doing their best not to show it to their team, of course, because as you and I both know, their mantra all season long has been finish. Get the job done. They know how close they are to lifting that trophy. One more solid half of football, and they can do exactly that.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Now a 2nd and 10. And they run with Stevenson. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 177 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. On play action, they'll throw. That one is caught by Hunt. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
The Raiders offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as we take a look at some of the highlights, we see just how impactful he's been. He and his quarterback have such a great chemistry together, and it's been on full display throughout the contest. Now it's Stevenson.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That burst good for 20 and a first down. There was a great article in the paper yesterday about how he likes to run angry. Plays like that, you can feel it, can't you?
As long as he doesn't drive angry, we're okay. Because when he's on the field, that anger works for him. It fuels him, it powers him, and the end result runs like that.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 36. And he completes it to Hunt. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
This is Stevenson.
And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like bats, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Give him 3 yards there on the first down pickup.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. He finds his man complete. That's Hunt. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Here's Stevenson.
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
3rd and 9 here.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. Brock Bowers.
His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Raiders will extend their 3rd quarter lead here in this Super Bowl.
That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big time.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He is north of 200 yards. Any time that you can say you're north of 200 yards, you've done something right.
Yeah, you're going to get some big check marks on your grade sheet, and you're going to be in heavy rotation on all the highlight shows, and you might even make a magazine cover or 2.
He's hoping for more, the cherry on top maybe, as this game goes forward. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hunt. So the completion good for just 3. And 3rd and 8 now. Up the middle they go. Stevenson. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well.
So out come the Raiders. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
And his carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But
And now off to the races, down the right side.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Davante Adams, 78 yards.
And the Raiders strike quickly to take the lead here in the 4th. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown.
And now here come the Raiders.
They'll run with Stevenson to begin the drive.
And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Man, 216 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. 2nd down and 4.
Now back to throw.
He'll get this into the hands of Stevenson.
And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
They'll try and run for the first with Stevenson.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It's a 1st down following a gain of 3.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Davante Adams, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Raiders are starting to pull away in the 4th quarter of this Super Bowl. But that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and they have been the better of the two sides to this point with a 2-score lead, 4th quarter of this Super Bowl, and the Lombardi Trophy within reach as they start this drive 1st and 10. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? We just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. Back to throw now on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. It's Stevenson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Now a handoff up the middle. Stevenson. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They're going to look to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Raiders are feeling good as they extend their lead in this Super Bowl. So an important touchdown right there is now they're really beginning to pull away.
Yeah, and this was a tight game until not too long ago. But since then, they've hit the accelerator. And they pushed the lead up to 3 scores here in the 4th quarter. And I don't see them looking back.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out.
Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They run once more with Stevenson. And he's going to have a Raider 1st down. And that should be the one that finishes the script here.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Stevenson is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. This to make it a 3-score game late. Carlson able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead. Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
Commissioner Roger Goodell doing the honors as he hands the trophy to the Las Vegas Raiders, champions of Super Bowl 59. So that will conclude our coverage this year on EA Sports. I want to thank my partner, Charles Davis, for another incredible season together in the booth. Till the fall, folks, Brandon Gaudin saying good night from New Orleans.